One of the first contact events the Apache had with the Spanish was indirect contact. And it is through oral traditions that we know about this, but it's not confirmed. So, right, there's no archaeological evidence for this. So it's just simply part of Apache legend. And that is that when the Aztecs were conquered by the Spaniards, according to the Apache, a group of Aztecs moved north and entered into Apacheria and tried to settle there, and the Apaches fought them and defeated them and drove them off. And that may or may not have happened, but when you think about what it must have been like for the Apache as they're fighting the Aztecs, to be told probably by the Aztecs, you should see what just destroyed us, because everybody knew of the Aztecs. The trade routes that existed in North America stretched from Central America all the way into Wyoming. So in other words, it wasn't that these different Native American nations had no contact with each other. When the Aztecs showed up, the Apaches were probably thinking, oh, I think I know who these guys are. Why are they here? We better fight them. And so that's possibly true. You know what? I forgot to talk about religion a little bit. I wanted to point that out real quick. The Apache were monotheists. They had one god, the god Usin, and then they had this concept of Gan. And Gan were spirits that inhabited mountains. So you could get access to power through the Gan if you did a ceremony or if you knew how to tap into that. Power, it's hard to describe what power is. It's like, maybe you could think of it as like blessing or luck, but it's more than that. It's also charisma. I think a lot of people would try to apply the term magic to it, but a person who has power can influence people, they can lead people, they can predict things. So it's also a little bit of intelligence. And so, but it's dangerous. You want to be really careful with power. In other words, if you get access to power through a corrupt means, it'll corrupt you. If you get access to power and you're a corrupt person, you'll corrupt it.